Hello, how are you? See, Maria joining. Hi, Nadia, how are you? I have to start my camera. Let me see. Maybe if I ask you to unmute, it's easier for you to do it. Hello. Same here. I'm going to ask you to start your video camera and I ask you to unmute. Okay. Hello, Nadia, how are you?
Hello, fine.
Okay, nice to meet you. And I still have Maria. I think she's joining. Well, I understand that you have been without a teacher for some time. So I have been assigned this course. So we will carry on from now on taking classes together.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. They told me to schedule the meeting today on my own. And next time we will have probably a new link so that we can use that link for the rest of the classes.
Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, Maria has left. How many are
Yeah.
we are more than just two people, right? I didn't check that. It's your
Yes, we are more, but I don't know if other people
will join.
join with us because when we have the problems with other teacher, I chat for all of them, and only maybe Maria, another girl, said that can
Continue.
and the other people have problems with engagement.
Okay. All right. Well, if I don't know if you
But I
want
don't
to
know.
let them know once again, or probably the company is going to be in charge of that. But the Gabriela, I think it is from ES, told me that I will be that I was already assigned the course. Well, hi Mary, how are you? You can't you hear me, or maybe it's the volume? Yeah, it's connecting. Your audio is connecting. So take it easy. There. I think it's okay right now, isn't it? Yeah, can you hear? We can't hear you now.
I hear you.
I hear you.
That's it, yes. I think that there has been an update from Zoom because there are new features introduced apparently. And today I had a terrible time connecting with my first group. It took me half an hour for my video to start. It was terrible. Luckily, my students in the previous group could continue for another half hour and we didn't miss the class. Well, okay. Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing in English so far.
Okay, Nadia or me?
Whoever wants to be the first one.
Start.
Okay, well, okay, well, no, well, I have studied English for a long time, but well, nowadays I need to improve my English because I work all day long with the language, so I have to work with Indian people, people from UK, so I have to be more on training.
Yeah, probably you need more accuracy. Yes, precision in terminology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Especially in technical terms. For example, I am lawyer, so I have to talk in this way. So
perfectly. All right, perfect. That's amazing. Good. And in your case, Nadia, what do you do?
I think I need I don't know, confidence, because I understand more or less all you are talking about, but I can't talk. So I can continue a conversation, for example, and I have an engagement with people from the USA. I have to talk with seniors, so I prefer chat that have calls with that people.
Okay.
I'm different trainings with Indian people, and it's difficult to me understand.
For you
So
to understand. Yes,
I need
yes.
to practice.
Their accent, it can be a challenge sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. Are
Yes.
you also a lawyer? Are you both lawyers?
No, no, no. I'm a public accountant and business administration, but I not applying in my case.
Uh-huh.
I'm the service line with tax about tax.
About tasks. Tax. Okay, fine. Alrighty. Well, okay. I am new at English services. I started working 2 months ago, and but I have been teaching English for 37 years. I'm a fully qualified teacher. I'm a graduate from Lenguas Vivas, and I have worked at the Faculty of Agronomy at tertiary level studies institutions and at a language center in Caballito that was called Clover. If you lived around the area, that was from teachers from Lenguas Vivas too. So I have extensive practice and I mean, experience in teaching English. So let's start working so that we can accomplish results. Yes, and you see yourselves projected in a higher level in terms of English. Probably now you might feel that you are at a plateau, which normally happens when we have been learning for a long time. We feel that our English doesn't move forward. Yes. So what we need to do is to boost your English so that you feel that you become more accurate in expression, learning a wide variety of vocabulary so that you can feel this confidence that you need. Sometimes confidence is basically based on the lack of not having enough vocabulary items to resort to when you want to express yourself. So that makes you feel uneasy with a level of uncertainty. And well, we need to work on that. We have to tackle that. Well, okay. Let me check on the material for today. We have this one, sorry, on technology. This is the material that we need to work on. So far you haven't started with any teacher, right? You
Yes.
scheduled your classes, but you haven't started with anybody. Well, as you know, we work with projects at ES, at English Service. And the idea is that by the end of the project, you will have to make a presentation. So we will try and work on a vocabulary, I mean, not drilling, but that your visualization of your vocabulary every class so that you can, by the end of the project, integrate everything. But the idea is that every class, we're going to sort of have this spiral methodology so that what we see today, you can apply it next class and so on and so forth. So by the time you reach the end of the course or the end of this project, you will be able to integrate all the vocabulary. Well,
Perfect.
okay, so here, well, our agenda is based on technology and inventions. Yes. And what we have, well,
Sorry, can
yeah,
I ask you something? Is
sure.
different the material that we have some people send to us?
Uh, Probably
So-
because today I'm supposed to work
okay.
a replacement. Yes. So maybe that is the reason that they assigned
Okay.
some material to me today because I was supposed to replace the previous teacher. But as far as I'm concerned, apparently the previous teacher might not be able to carry on with the course because they offered me the course today. So maybe today I have to work with this, and next time we
Oh,
continue with the other material.
thank you.
Do you have the material in your trays in your computers?
No. No, in my
No, you
case,
don't.
no.
Not you,
Nobody sent
because
me.
supposedly you should be given a link for you to have access to the material. Have you
Yes,
been
I
given that?
can access to my profile in English services, and you have I don't know some videos or material practices, but not nobody sent any material to me. So
Okay.
maybe I don't know if it's your case, Nadia, but I never received anything.
Okay,
Nothing, 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 nothing.
right. Okay, so I guess that is the way it should work. I will check it out. Here it says warm up. It says work in small groups. Look at the inventions below and discuss how useful they are using some of the adjectives and expressions below. First, we will have to look at the adjectives and the expressions so that you can actually put them into practice. So we have, can you read please the expressions in the box?
The pink one.
The ones beside them on the left side, you say without it or without them.
Without it or without them, we wouldn't be able to.
Is that all right? Do you know how to use that? We wouldn't be able to. Is it okay? Nadia, do you know how to use that? To be able to is the infinitive of can. Yes, the expression to be able to is can. So we wouldn't have the possibility or it would be impossible for us to do something. Yes, so we wouldn't be able to. Then, I mean, would gives to the verb able, which is can, but in the infinitive form, the ending or the suffix in its conditional way, right? So no podríamos sería, right? But after would, I will always need an infinitive form. After any modal, I need an infinitive form. And since in this case, I need to use can, I'm going to use the infinitive form of can, which is to be able to do something or to be able, right?
Okay.
Is it clear or is it too much information? Okay, that's right. Then it says
It's or they've become indispensable or totally outdated.
Okay, the opposite, right? Outdated, that means old-fashioned, obsolete, yes, so we don't use them anymore. But indispensable, another way of saying it instead of indispensable, they have become, for example, internet has become
useful.
well, yes, but when you want to say that something is very
necessary,
important, necessary, vital,
mandatory,
key, crucial, mandatory, yes, that's all right, yes.
Required? No.
Here we need adjectives, yes, so maybe you can say a key requirement, yes, or a mandatory requirement, that's fine. Then the next one.
That
No, sorry.
no, sorry, we couldn't manage without it or without them.
Good. Let's see, Maria cover this column and then Nadia, you cover the next one. Yes, can you go on, Mary? I think.
Okay. I think we can't get by without it or without them.
All right, yes. Usually to get by is more associated with money. Like, for example, you say, I think I will be able to get by until the end of the month. But well, here it's used as we can manage, yes, to get by, yes. Well, then, Nadia, the next column,
They are no longer considered to be.
Whatever it is. Then the next one.
They are still considered to be. And the last one, they used to be considered, but they are now.
Okay, used to be, remember to refer to actions or habits in the past, yes? To be considered, as we said, crucial some years ago, but nowadays they are totally obsolete. For example, the use of a cassette. Yes, when I was amazing, but now nobody would dream of listening to music through a cassette. And they are no longer, not anymore. Yes, you say. The first one that I did not mention says they are no longer considered to be essential. Yes. Is it okay when you say no longer? Nadia, is it okay? Do you understand? Yes. Okay, fine. Yeah, let's have a look at the adjectives you have. Convenient.
Indispensable.
Indispensable. Yes, the stress force.
Indispensable.
Right. Then
powerful.
Right. Cutting edge. Do you know what cutting edge is? Same as state of the art. That means the latest of the latest in terms of technology, for example, right? Like, for example, IBM uses cutting edge technology, tecnología de punta, ¿no?
Okay.
Okay, a state of the art would be guarista, yes, something that is the very best. Yes, you speak of state of the art technology. Yes, so
Sorry, wait, sorry, I lost because I am in the handy office, so
yeah,
someone
it's
asked me
okay.
for something. No, state of the art. What does it mean?
The
Sorry, because I
latest.
lost
Yes, that means the
ah,
latest of the latest and the very best.
the
Yes,
last
so
the last version for something. For
exactly.
example,
Yeah, for
for example,
example,
the
exactly.
iPhone, something like
iPhone
that.
is, yeah, normally has state of the art features. Yes.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Invaluable. That means that it's so good or so important that we consider it invaluable.
Okay.
Handy. Do you remember this show that used to be in Home and Health that there was Handy Andy?
Yes,
Yeah.
someone who makes some no, no, me sale some
Repairments.
reform,
Yes.
repairments.
Repairments. Yes, that's right.
Ah,
The handyman.
A handy person, right? A person who knows how to deal with crafty things in an exceptional way, right? So that is to be handy. Or for example, I don't know, maybe the cell phone is really handy because it solves any problem we may have today. Yes,
Yeah, sure.
obsolete,
Something is useless or
useless,
old.
old, right? Yes, yes, something that is totally out of use right now. Then we have useless, right? Impractical,
Practical.
yes.
Uh, out, outdated.
outdated.
Outdated, so it's old-fashioned right
Ah,
now. Yes, so
Hmm.
something that is not no longer. For example, our cell phones get outdated. We need to renew them because applications come with more features, and maybe our cell phones do not respond or do not operate in the proper way because they get outdated in the technology they have and worthless. Therefore, once they are outdated, they become worthless. Yes, worth means that it has a value. Yes,
Yes.
and then if it's not worth
ah,
it, it's worthless, right? Okay, so now let's discuss this. I want you to have a conversation between the two of you talking about the different inventions or developments that we have reached as humankind and which your position about them is. Yes, let's try and have a conversation. I'm going to shut down my camera so that you can talk.
We have to talk. Okay.
yeah. And we have to use that words for make
Yes.
a sentence.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Okay, the internet, Facebook, typewriter. Okay. Well, when I was born, the internet is not it didn't exist. So I I have to get used to the internet and then the computers, Facebook for me is not is still be a continuous learn. I continue learning because I I born ay no me sale. Bueno,
In
no es lo que.
another, see, no, don't worry, don't
No es
worry.
lo que.
In
No
that
es lo
case,
que.
what you need to do is to maybe try not to get stuck with the word that you're thinking of in Spanish. Try to move around, say something different, maybe change the idea that you
Yes.
want to express until you find the word and you come back to it. And in that way, fluency is kept. Yeah. But
Yes.
how old are you, Mary? You look
I
very young.
No, 44. I'm not so young.
But you thought, oh, there was no internet then. I see. Okay.
Oh yes, it's great for all the filters. No walkouts yet.
Okay. Now I am working with little children, fourth graders at a bilingual school, and well, they are this generation. So when I meet people that we feel contemporary with, it's like a relief.
Yes, I remember when I was at the secondary school, we have to make the works or the yes,
Assignments.
all the
This.
assignment by hand.
Yeah.
No, yes, we didn't have any computers.
No.
Then no, I remember when I was at the 4 or 5 year of the secondary school, I start with the first computer
I see.
and yes, I don't know if you remember, you have a special papers with some troquelados. Well, this was
Okay. Punch. Yes, you had punch cards. Yes, they were
yeah,
punch. Yeah. Yes, you're right. That must have been around 1998 or so, I think.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
yes, the
I
first
see.
time. Yes,
I
the
well,
first cell phone, the first internet with the
totally.
dial-up.
Yeah, dial-up too. Remember, I had to unplug my telephone to plug the computer. I kept on doing it all the time. Yes, it's incredible how much things have changed in such a short period of time. Because after
Yes.
all, 20 years or even 40 years for humanity means nothing, and our paradigm has changed.
Yes, of course. Nowadays, I can manage on my agenda, my cell phone by the watch. It's incredible.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I
Nice.
should get one of those watches. I still
So
don't have one.
if I say
All
so,
by watch.
so we can say that we wouldn't be able in that time we wouldn't be able to use internet now. It's okay? No.
Yes, well, maybe yes, we weren't able. We weren't
We
able
weren't
to
able.
internet then because it was not easily available or it wasn't available at all. I traveled to the United States in 1998, and
Mhm.
at that moment, libraries used to offer half an hour for the public for them to explore computers. And I remember that I wanted to get my Gmail address at that moment. And I spent like
Hmm.
whole afternoons queuing up because every time I got to the computer, I started like exploring and my half hour was gone. So back again to the back of the queue once again until I managed to get my Gmail address. But this was the service offered for the community there. And it was back in 1998 in the United States. Hmm.
Wow. Now it's
How about,
incredible.
yeah.
All the world is changing. You know, that you said in 20, 25 years, uh,
Hmm.
we live in another kind of universe. I mean, um,
Yes,
especially post pandemic. Post
exactly.
pandemic, well,
Yeah, I was about to tell you that because before the pandemic, it was as if we had a car and we used it to drink mate. The use that we were giving to the internet was that. Institutions, maybe the town halls, las municipalidades,
yeah,
these places made you go for every errand. And today, everything is a click away.
yeah, yes, it's more cercano. Ay,
Close
Closer.
up, closer.
closer.
Yes.
Today I forgot everything.
Well, it's been a long time you haven't been doing anything, so it's only natural. Don't worry. Allow it to
Yeah.
yourself.
We
Yes.
have we have a lot of expectation, I suppose, with Maria. So
Really? Yes.
we are very
Okay.
nervous.
Okay, all right. Well, lovely. Then, what can you say about the telegraph, the typewriter, for instance?
Typewriter is the machine? No.
That's right. Yes. What we
Ah, the
Olivetti.
exactly. Yes. Right.
so this the typewriter is totally outdated, I suppose.
Yes, totally,
It's
totally.
hard to say reliquia.
Those are relics. You call them relics. Yes,
Relics,
they became
relics,
relics or antiques. Well, because relics
antique.
more associated with religious issues, like the Holy Grail. Yes, it's an antique. Yes, it's an antique.
Antique.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes you get to see in movies that some writers prefer having typewriters
Yes,
instead of computers. But this is also shown as a particular characteristic that the person has, yeah, not as the usual thing to have, right? Like
yeah.
to show like a very cranky personality or a very peculiar personality, then the writer or the protagonist would appear with a typewriter. Yes. Yes.
Well, I know when I start in the beginning of my career, when I start to go to the court, to the hearings, especially to the labor hearings, you still
Mhm.
having to take note by a typewriter. So
Typewriter.
you have, yeah, you have to use the typewriter to rewrite the hearings. It was
Ah,
incredible. I always looking for some old lawyer. Please, you can type by me because no, it's
and
not for me.
what is done nowadays? Are they nowadays? Are they
Mm,
set
No,
on?
I haven't gone to the court for a long time because I start working
Mm,
12 years ago in
uh,
an in-house lawyer. So
I
uh,
see. I see. Okay, but don't you
I
have an
think
idea if
in
they?
that place, I don't know in Argentina, but in other countries, is continue to use the typewriter
The
in court,
typewriter,
no?
indeed. Okay. Or shorthand, taquigrafía.
Ah, yes,
Shorthand
yeah,
too, yes. That was from my mother's time. My mother was taught shorthand at school, and she got
yes,
trained as, I mean, into the area of economics. Yeah, really
yes,
unbelievable.
yes. When I started when the polymodal, I don't know if it's the
Yes,
same.
the Polytechnic
Um,
it
the
was called in,
Polytechnic.
yes,
When I started the Polytechnic, finished this these courses, or because it was I don't remember the word from the course.
shorthand,
Not the course, it's a materia. I sorry,
a subject, yes,
subject. Yes,
yes.
a subject about typewriter.
Yeah, typing was the,
Typing,
yeah,
typing.
which is
So
good. I think it's good.
I start, and we don't have this subject.
No, not anymore. And I think that that should be taught, should still be taught, because in that way you could type faster. Okay, I'm going to ask.
However, some people say that we have in that time, if you practice typewriter, now you
Typewriting
can use the computer with
a
all
lot.
the fingers. And now this, for example, my generation don't use it all the fingers to the computer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah. Maybe that should still be taught. That's it. Okay. So we have. I'm opening this classroom so that I can keep track of whatever crops up during the class, and then you can go over this. And let me see what's going on. That's it. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. And how about the internet?
well, it was a revolution in all the ways. Uh, you don't have to send a letter anymore. You have an instant message for everywhere to everyone.
Hmm.
It's
Yes.
incredible.
Yeah.
I think it's internet are have advantage and disadvantages.
I see.
Uh,
For example.
I think you can find all that you want in internet, but at the same time you waste time in internet too, with other things that you don't need. So, for example, Instagram,
Surely, right, yes.
social medias, no?
Social media. Yes, that's right. Yes, yes. Going back to what you were saying before, today children develop their assignments with ChatGPT.
Ah,
So
yes.
don't engage
Uh,
their brain at all. That's the bad thing about it. Maybe the good thing would be for them to, okay, because this is part of their reality after all. Okay, develop it with ChatGPT, but then read it thoroughly and investigate to see if whatever the application has delivered is the right thing or if you can add more information about it. Um, because we cannot fight against that. It's a reality that materializes itself in a compelling way, and we have to accept it. After all, it's part of their lives too. And well,
sure.
yes,
They lost the habit to the looking for the books, looking for the I don't know, the newspaper. I remember when I was a student, I have to go to the library to looking for information. I have to read a lot, but
yeah,
nowadays you only click about them and you have everything.
And
yes,
pay attention, no? Pay attention what are you writing or copy paste because when, for example, when I at the university we are how you say, we are
trained.
people's professional people's I suppose, many mates copy and paste and
Uh-huh.
don't read that the paragraph, for
Yeah,
example,
yes, yes,
and it's complicated.
When I
yeah,
have this problem with my staff team,
uh-huh.
sometimes I realize they are made a copy paste.
Oh,
It's good make a copy paste, but makes sense
check
that you
it.
are send check it,
Check it.
and so
Sure,
they didn't check the grammar, the subjects, so they make a
uh,
lot of mistake about, and you
right.
send an email to the client is a very biggest mistake.
Surely, yes, yes. Okay. Usually, what we say is you look up information, but we look for things that are lost. For example, when we check in an encyclopedia or a Wikipedia, for example, what we do is you will look up information. All
Okay.
right. Okay. Let's see what else is there for us to talk about. Well, bicycle.
Bicycles.
How about bicycles? Do you go? Do
Oh.
you ride your bicycle? Do you have time for that?
Next,
I had to sell it because my
Oh, really?
bike was a yes of my balcony, and because of the
Ah,
sun, well,
I
it
see.
destroyed. But I love ride bicycle. But here in Buenos Aires, I'm from Rosario, so it's another way. But here in Buenos Aires, I'm scared to go out with my bike,
Mm,
so well, I prefer to sell it.
this is
I
the
see.
problem because now are stolen
Ah,
bicycles.
okay. I see.
If are
Okay.
good, but for example, I don't know in downtown, but I'm from outside the
The out.
downtown. I'm
I see the
from
outskirts. I'm from the outskirts.
yes. So if you have a beautiful bicycle or how you say llamativa,
Eye catching. Yes, an eye catching
an
bicycle.
eye-catching bicycle, well, stolen to you.
It gets stolen. Yes,
It's
I see.
stolen.
I live in Valeria del Mar,
Situations.
so here it's paradise. Luckily, so far I touch wood.
Oh,
Yeah, there are some thefts. Actually, the headmistress from the school where I work got her house burglared a week ago, but it's an extraordinary event. Like it's not something that would happen on a regular basis. So luckily, I feel I live in paradise here in terms of that.
Yes.
Let's hope it remains like that. Yeah.
now it's another kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
so quiet, so tranquil.
Yeah.
You can go out without the scare that someone will rob
Yeah.
you.
Yes, they would
But
steal
well,
your stuff.
yeah, you have to take care too,
Definitely.
especially
Yes.
on the visit on the season. For example, during the summer, you have a lot of
Hmm.
people there, but now it's another lifestyle.
Totally. Yes. 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 Right. Yes. So well, I feel blessed with that. Oh, sorry, I got into the wrong
Everything
address.
is around the corner. Everything is around the corner. It's great.
Yeah, that's good. Well, more or less because I used to live in Villa Crespo and my Coto supermarket was round the corner, literally. Here I have to go
Ah,
towards Villa Gesell for that. So I needed
okay,
10-minute drive. But well,
okay.
it's a really rewarding outing anyway. Then the train.
Oof. We can talk the train. Um, when I now I'm still in my house because I have a baby,
Mm.
less than 1 year, so I
Okay.
have the possibility to stay in house.
At home, right? Yeah, lovely, good.
but but when I went to the office, take the train, it's very hard. For example, if you enter at 9 o'clock, I have to leave my home at 6:30, for example, or 6 maybe, and then um, arrive at 7 2 in
Oh,
the afternoon. So
okay. I see.
Yeah,
perhaps I
great.
have 2 hours in, and
To
if you
come.
have problems with the train, it's
Mhm.
difficult too.
There you speak of commuting. Yes, in that case, you spend 2 hours a day commuting into town and back from
Ah,
town.
okay.
To say to commute. Yeah, maybe as a development or as an invention, the train has been amazing. The problem is that here there haven't been any updates on this. For example, in the United States, trains have double deckers, yeah, or are double deckers. Yes, they
Ah,
have
yes.
two decks. So you can take a seat in the lower part or the upper part. So I think that maybe some investment should be made for trains to become or to keep on being efficient. Yes, they are
Yeah,
time efficient and cost efficient too. So they are a wonderful invention. However, here they seem to be obsolete in a way.
totally, totally. I remember when I was in United States last year, I took a
Hmm.
train to from New York to Washington, and
Hmm.
I was talking with a girl who had sat near to me, and she told me she works in Washington, but she's from Baltimore. She have 1.5 hour per day, but she she knows she travel good,
Well,
and the ¿cómo se dice? Itinerario
the itinerary,
itinerary
yes, the itinerary
by the train of the train is complying. So she, no, yes, complying to cumplido, se cumple.
is fulfilled, yes, or is
Fulfilled, it's
yeah,
fulfilled.
yes.
It fulfills, so you don't have any problem to move from one town to the other because you have everything organized. Uh,
Organized, yes. And should there be any inconsistency, they respond, they give you your money back, for example, yes,
yes,
or they give
yes,
you a free ticket for you to use. Well, sometimes that happens in undergrounds here in Buenos Aires, there in Buenos Aires. But I remember once a student of mine, a doctor, went to Spain and I think he covered Barcelona, Madrid in the
yes.
magnetic levitation train, and they set off a minute later, when they arrived in Madrid, they were given their $100 back because, or euros back, because they had been delayed by 1 minute.
Oh,
Totally, really unbelievable, unbelievable.
Now they had a very a big respectful for the customers.
The customers. Yes, yes. I hope whoever comes into office in October starts practicing this kind of, I don't know, human-like behaviors, because we are living like animals nowadays. It's like
No,
the
it's
way we are
horrible.
being treated, the way things are run, are closer to primitive beings rather than evolved human beings with dignity.
Yes, yes, I remember that last week I had a meeting call with the manager from Poland, and I told her when I finish this call, I have to run to the office. Oh, well, but you're relaxing. No, I have to take 2 buses, and you can't relax here in Argentina because you have to take care about your baggage, yeah, because someone
And you
put.
don't and you don't
Yes,
know
yes,
if you have a strike.
yes,
So you have
exactly. And
change
Like
your itinerary.
your
she
picketeers
was
that
surprised. She was, oh my,
where
really?
was she
Yes,
from? Where was she
Poland,
from?
Poland.
Poland. I see.
Yeah,
Poland is not
it's another another war.
yeah, but still it's not one of the top ranking countries, yeah, within
No.
Europe, and they have a more rational and more logical way of living too. Well, the light bulb, la lamparita, no? That's the light bulb.
Ah, oh, wow. Eh,
um,
ay, ¿cómo se
yeah,
llamaba?
there were a lot of oh, how to say,
I forgot the name.
publishment to change the light bulb
Ah,
from other lights.
I see. Okay, nowadays, yes, that's right. You mean what would you call these campaigns? There was a campaign,
Campaigns,
right,
campaigns. Yes,
to change light bulbs, yes, through, I mean, to change them to LED so that they would,
yes, yes.
they would consume less power. Yes, that's right. But in terms of an invention, how can you, or how would you appreciate this invention? Did you
This
see?
invention, what?
Yeah, have you
No, 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 no. Chat, continue.
okay? Have you seen Downton Abbey,
No,
the
but
series? No.
I have to. I have to.
Yeah, make a point of it, because at a certain, when the first, I think it's either the first or the second episode, there they make a point of the starting point of electricity, and how people were really scared of losing their jobs, how they felt that electricity with domestic appliances, together with domestic appliances, would be without a job, or they also felt that it was a strange phenomenon. They were so used to candles that lighting up a room with electricity was something considered as mysterious, or with a certain level of like that mysticism, which is rather peculiar, right? Because we are so used to this nowadays that we wouldn't be able to live without.
Yes, it's when something new is developed or created during the human history, always the people turn scared because the main point was the human beings could be replaced for
Mhm.
something. In those times, maybe the electricity. In the Revolution Industrial, well, you
The
have
Industrial
the
Revolution, right?
Industrial Revolution, and nowadays which is TPC.
And the
ChatGPT, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yeah, yeah. I think that that is something we have to get used to it. The problem is that the time now between one thing and the other is shorter. Before, it would
yes,
take 100 years, 200 years. For example, locksmiths before, or smiths, lo que herraban los caballos, for example, the ones that would make
yes,
horseshoes, se llamaban los herreros, no? Locksmiths. And they were very powerful people in those days. And nowadays, where can you find a locksmith? Maybe they have become, or they have shifted their activity into developing fences. Ahora hacen rejas, yes. So you see the
yes.
activity got transformed into something different. Okay,
it's true. It's
and film cameras. Do you like putting things on tape most of the time?
I film with my cell phone.
Okay, probably with
I
your
never
baby.
have a film camera.
Okay.
The machine.
Yes, yeah. Yes, you were supposed to make a major investment when you bought a film camera before. Well, now with cell phones
yes,
too, but yeah.
yes. You have immediately the possibility to record something. And I remember when I was a little girl, you have to have a special machine to to record.
And the
Wow.
cassettes, no?
Yeah, the cassette
Yes.
too, right? Yes, yes. But luckily today we can do it with our cell phones, especially in your case, Nadia, that you have a baby that is more practical.
Yes, but it's practical, but I suppose you have more videos or photos collapse the cell phone.
Maybe
You
can
have
you can
two or three cell phones.
upload them to the cloud because I believe that that will have a positive impact on people's self-esteem and development of their personality. Yeah, because before we had like snatches of ourselves as babies, maybe one picture here, another picture there, but by keeping full albums of recordings, for example, or pictures of your babies, maybe in the future they will have a stronger personality because they can recognize themselves in a I don't know, a easier way. Maybe you should upload them to the cloud.
Yes, I have to pay
Extra
for
rooms
more
there,
space.
more space.
Why, it's for your baby. Justified.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Well, it says here, match the underlined words to their definitions below. So here we have, if I see, I will broaden it a little bit to, there it is. Can we take the first
Thank
one?
you.
It says,
Thanks.
look, I can do this. Look, I can do this. And then I do the same with the definition.
Using definition.
Can you read number one,
In
please? Whoever wants to.
Yeah. Yes. Well, if you want, I can start. Using a translation app on your mobile device can really enhance,
Enhance. Yes.
enhance your travel experience.
Okay, what do you think it may mean to enhance? Another
Um,
example, when we apply makeup, makeup enhances our beautiful features, yes, and maybe conceals imperfections, but it enhances maybe our nice features. Or lightning enhances the beauty of products in a window. For example, when you go to a store, if lightning is well managed, then that enhances the beauty of the product. So let's have a look at the
reforce,
first one.
reforce? No.
Reinforces, yes.
Okay.
Enjoy? No,
Let's see.
make better.
Reinforces makes better. Yes, that's right. Yes,
Make
it
better.
makes it better. So here, a mobile device with a translation application makes better your travel experience. Then number two,
I don't need a watch. I can just glance at
glance.
glance at my smartphone to check the time.
Okay. What do we know? We normally, for example, don't do this to look at time. Yes, but which is the gesture we make to look at time, to check the time?
To take?
Yeah, that's right. We do this. Yes, like very quickly, we can
Ah,
check what the time is, and that is to glance. Yes, you glance
Okay.
at a place. It's a way of looking. Yes,
okay.
A quick looking.
a quick look. Right.
Some,
Yes, a quick look. Right. Yes. Let me
okay.
see.
See, look at something very quickly.
I
Very
see.
quickly. Yes, that's right. Glance at something. Yes, in this case, at our smartphone. Then number three,
The company launched a pilot at SIM. No,
scheme. Scheme is a plan, a pilot scheme.
SIM scheme to see how people would use the new product.
Okay.
Uh,
So
uh,
a
uh,
pilot
Uh,
scheme.
Ah, the first, a small
The first one.
experiment to decide how and whether to launch.
To launch.
A full-scale project, yes. So a pilot scheme. Yes, fine. Okay, next. Number 4.
This app helps me transcribe songs that I can understand.
Okay, good. So songs that I can understand. And this is to transcribe.
G. Write down something that is spoken.
Good, yes, good. Number 5.
5. This new tool seamlessly integrate with your Google Calendar.
Okay, seamlessly. Yes, this new tool seamlessly
Seamlessly.
integrate. Yes.
E.
Yes, smoothly, continuously without being noticed. Yes. All right. A seam es una costura. Yes, and this is seamlessly, right? Without
Seamless.
leaving any trace. Yes. For example, what you have to do is you check normally the seams. Sometimes when you buy an overcoat, yes, you look at the seams if it's got good terminations.
Yeah.
Then the scientists,
Sorry. The scientists made an astonishing new discovery. Everyone was shocked.
good, astonishing, that is
B. Extremely
good,
surprising.
extremely surprising. Yes, astonishing. You can
Yeah.
feel or you can be astonished at looking at something. And then number 7.
Me. 7. In the past, people felt very self-conscious using mobile phones in public.
Mhm. Do you know the meaning of self-conscious?
Conscientes, autoconscientes.
Yeah, that's right. You are like, you feel that everybody's looking at you.
Uncomfortable. F.
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortably nervous.
Yes, I remember that because some people felt I don't know, strange, or everybody is looking
We're
at
looking,
you.
yeah. Everybody was looking at you. That's right. Yes. So here it's uncomfortably nervous about or embarrassed, but what other people think about you. So you are like, you become too perceptive of your feelings. That's why you say to be self-conscious, but it's a way of saying that you are nervous, uncomfortable, uneasy. Yeah. So that would be the case. Okay, good. So now let's carry on. Here we have a reading article. And it says you're going to read an article from 2014 on Google Glass. Have you heard about this development, Google Glass?
No.
The glasses that would have built-in
Yeah.
okay, that proved to be a failure after all. Then a state-of-the-art invention that later turned out to be a failure as a consumer product because people would trip onto things. It was disturbing for users, yes, so they would not find it comfortable. Study the list of features and uses below and tick the ones that are mentioned in the text. Let's see first. Let's look at the features that are likely to appear. The first one is,
Mapping guidance.
yeah, mapping guidance.
Voice recognition,
Medical advice.
live translation,
Good,
Appointment booking.
good.
video or image transfer,
Video image
Video
transfer,
player.
yes.
image transfer, music
Music
recognition,
recognition,
Weather updates.
weather updates. Let's see, if you had to choose 3 for you to have built in those classes, which ones would you choose if you were a tourist in a city?
voice
Mapping
recognition,
guidance.
Okay,
Mapping guidance.
mapping guidance, good, yes.
live translation,
And
Uh-huh.
appointment booking.
Appointment booking, okay. All right. Now let's see. Let's read the article. Well, I think we won't have enough time for this, but let's start reading it. The Independent. Could Google Glass be the future of tourism? There we are.
We have to
Could
read.
you? Yes. Could you start reading, please?
Okay. We are all familiar with the value a smartphone can offer when we travel, from city guides to currency converters. But what's the next big thing?
Okay. Do we know what currency converters are? Yes, when you need to convert, for example, from euros into
Money.
pesos.
No.
Exactly. The national money of a country is called currency. Yes, so our currency is the peso, right? So, and this is quite useful when you're traveling in other countries. Then, yes,
Well, it could be Google Glass, the wearable tech that sits on your face like regular
spectacles
spectacles.
are tiny glasses, like the ones ugly teachers are normally
Ah,
depicting this kind
yes,
of thing. Yes, those are spectacles.
but has a tiny screen just above your
Tiny.
eye level and connects wirelessly to your smartphone.
Okay,
Google
here we
Glass,
pick up the
okay.
wearable tech. This is tech. I'm just pinpointing something, and this is tiny screens.
Tiny, sorry.
Yes, Google Glass.
Google Glass,
Google.
sorry,
No,
continue.
no, no. No, I continue. Or
Yes, yes.
you prefer one paragraph?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Google Glass has just gone on sale in the UK at £1,000 a pair. Pounds? Could be?
Pounds,
Yeah.
yes, 1,000 pounds a
Pounds.
pair.
Pounds a pair. One travel company, Holidays Please dot co dot uk is lending Google Glass to select customers.
To
So
select it?
it's to select selected customers. Yes.
Yes.
So is it something that can in, I-
Enhance.
engage,
Enhance.
enhance
Yes.
your holidays?
Good. Okay.
First, take note. Wearing the lensless Google Glass makes you feel self-conscious. Glass doesn't fall flat like regular specs, so once it's on, you are stuck with it.
Mhm. Then,
What is
Uh,
stuck with it? Sorry.
que te quedas con eso. Yes, you're stuck with
Okay.
it. Yes. Then, the screen.
the screen is tiny, but big enough to see plain when you glance upwards. So, for instance, you can use glass as a mapping guide. It uses your smartphone's GPS sensor and display directions with 3D map. Continue?
If you want to,
Continue,
you
continue.
say, shall I? You say,
Yeah.
shall I continue?
Shall I continue? Sorry, shall I continue? And the right arm of the glasses has a speaker in it, and a voice tells you when you to turn. This is one of the most powerful use of Google Glass, and it's smoothly, seamlessly done.
All
So,
right.
no, no,
Seamlessly.
¿cómo eras?
Without any, with seamlessly. Seamlessly.
Seamlessly,
Yes.
seamlessly.
So here would be the arm, or this is also referred to as temple. Yes, the temple, because it is on our temple. This part of our head is the temple, right?
Okay. But there are other interesting features. You can speak to the device with commands like, OK, Glass, take a photo, or OK, Glass, record a video. You can also send photos and videos to friends by email. More usefully, the
Yes. Astonishing.
astonishing live translation app
Live.
word length is available on Google Glass.
Mhm. Live. It's
Choose
live translation. When
live
something is
translation.
happening at the same moment, you say live shows or live translations.
Okay. I'm lost.
Choose
Live translation app word length is available on Google Glass. Choose the command translate this and the Spanish thing in front of
sign,
you.
the Spanish sign
Sign
in front of
Sign
you.
in front of you is transcribed into English on screen.
Transcribed is transcribed into English on
Transcribed.
screen. Yes. It's not just useful for travelers.
It is not just useful for travelers. Copenhagen Airport staff are using them, and Virgin Atlantic brand pilots at
Team,
this scheme this spring, where upper class passengers were greeted by staff using glass to check them in, give them weather updates, translate foreign language texts, and so on.
foreign. And we speak of Copenhagen. They say Copenhagen airport staff.
Copenhagen. I always pronounce in the wrong way foreign.
Foreign.
Extranjero.
It's a
Foreign.
foreign. Yeah,
Foreign. Yeah.
foreign. Forget
Yeah.
about the
No, no.
I. It is the
I carry this mistake for all my life. So
I see.
I always
So do you need them? In my test, getting past the self-conscious stage was a challenge. Using the translation app was great, as was Shazam. Ah, Shazam. Okay, Glass, recognize this to identify the music playing. And sending photos by email or reading incoming text messages was easy. But let's remember that you'll probably be using Glass abroad, and for all these functions, you need a mobile phone data connection, which almost certainly means expensive roaming charges.
Mhm. Even so,
okay. Even so, Google Glass is fun and offers generally useful technologies. Future versions that have better screens, it is hard to read in bright sunshine, will be worth a try.
to be worth a try, van a valer la pena intentar, right? To be worth a try. Well, okay. Maybe I can send you over the article for you to go over it again if you want to. And I would like you to extract words that you think are good for you to keep. Yes. And I will open up, I will send you over the link from Classroom so that then you can copy these words into the classroom too. And in that way,
Yeah.
we can keep a record of the vocabulary from here. Okay.
Okay,
All
yes.
right.
Okay, thanks.
I'll see you next Friday then.
Okay.
Nice
Bye,
meeting
See
you.
you.
have a
Bye.
nice
Have a
weekend.
nice weekend.
You too.
Bye.
Have a great weekend. Bye bye. See you.